Okay, so here we are. This is our Gallery 1. Normally this is a room that we'll be using for lectures, workshops, teas, that kind of thing. At the moment, it's our book sale. And so this is some books and jewelry that we have for sale in the museum during the month of December, including Buy Amazing Books. Some jewelry. You may recognize some of it, some things I've asked questions online. And then all the books here are actually ones that are duplicates in our collection. So these have been donated to us. We've received a lot of libraries, especially over the last year. And these are ones that we already have and we don't need another copy of. So we are selling it to raise money. This is the actual gift shop where we sell cards and sundries and umbrellas. And thank you very much, Mary, for pulling those up for us. That's all we have left. And then our front desk with Yusin working away quietly with her mask on. This has now been sort of redesigned from how we had it before. We have a black crayon rubbing of a brass monument in the back there. And then when you enter the museum, our first exhibition is called Fiber to Fashion. And this looks at the various fibers. I stole lots of information from Margaret Wild's post. Thank you, Margaret. So here's information about linen and cotton and silk and synthetic materials and natural dyes and synthetic dyes and printing techniques. And then we have that images as well that show various aspects of the clothing industry. Now, we also then go into, there's a bit on wool, and then here we have information on dressmaking. So we have a tailoring system and a very early Canadian sewing machine from 1867, and one of those dress dolls that you do draping on to practice your skills of dressmaking. And in the donation box, ooh, there's 100, yay. And here's our major exhibition, 300 Years of Fashion. I think the image is great. It's actually half 18th century, half 1950s, and it looks deceptively simple. It was really hard for the designer to find those two images to go together, so we're very happy with that. And then our exhibition starts here with 18th century. So our first example is a petticoat and jumps from the 1720s. And then we go to a dress from the 1760s, English dress, and then another dress from the 1790s. It's actually an American dress using French fabric. And we put all of the big labels in period frames, which I thought kind of worked out quite well. And then here we have the Regency, done in a bright coral pink color, and a dress from about another American dress, 1810 to 12. This is an English dress, about 1820. And then we do the Victorian section. And here we wanted to go a little busier than usual. So, and also put some sort of furniture in there as well. So here's our first example. This is an American dress from about 1837 or 8. And we have an English dress from about 1845, a Canadian dress from 1855, a Canadian dress from about 1866, another Canadian dress from about 1873, and a Canadian dress, but probably a French mantle from about 1880, and a really fun walking dress that's about 1885, also Canadian. And this is only Canadian, it's actually local. It's from a local store, the cape and hat that was purchased locally in about 1890. This one has no provenance. We're assuming it came from a Canadian collection, so we're hoping that's what it is. This is the American dress that Suzanne Plitt gave us, and I just featured as an artifact of the week. And this is another Canadian dress from about 1911. This is our very expensive Poiret coat that we purchased. It took us 2 years to buy it, but we were very happy to find it. It was found in a theater company's backlog of clothes, and it was on a wire hanger, believe it or not. But there were so many things on the rack that it survived intact. It came out of North Carolina. And our 20th century, so we start with another Canadian dress from about 1915. This is an American going away suit from 1922 with lots of Egyptian detailing and Ramses II head on their buckles there. And what's interesting is that it actually predates the Tutankhamun discovery. So it's Egyptomania before it actually happened. And this is a French dress from about 1926, worn in Halifax. This is a knitted suit from about 1930, right on the nose, out of a store in New York called The Sportswoman, but it was actually it was started by Canadian sisters from Prince Edward Island, and one ran the shop and the other one was in Paris having the clothes made by manufacturers. And this is a Schiaparelli evening dress from 1935. We have two dresses from the wartime 40s, one at the beginning, which is this black and white suit, English. I got this, I think, from Margaret Wiles, if I remember correctly. Black crepe with a little surface print done in reflective paint of a soldier with thumbs up. And it's intended for wearing during the blackouts because it's a reflective paint, so when the headlights catch it, you're visible. And it's also became a fashion to wear white gloves and white shoes and white blooms so that you would be easily seen in case of a blackout. And this dress we got Canadian, but it's probably an American. We got it from a Canadian source. It's probably an American dress. It's a nylon jersey evening dress with little brass V's to represent victory all over it from 1945. This is an evening dress by Simonetta, Italian designer, and it was done about 1954 or 55. This is a New York label Yaga for the balloon dress, 1959 or 60, right around there. This is Heinz Riva, a Swiss-born designer who works out of Italy, about 1966. He actually started in 1966, so this is really early for him. It's like first or second collection or something like that. It's on after 67 anyway. It has to be 66 or 67. Then we went with hippie gets a day job look. Denim trousers and Afghani coat with matching hat and Moroccan side saddlebag. And Xander Rose Lilies of the Field chiffon evening dress, 1974. And then we have separates from various New York designers. Norma Kamali shoes, Willie Ware harem trousers, and Bern Conrad silk blazer jacket shirt. This is by a Toronto couturier, Tricia Cunningham. It was made for a woman who was represented Ontario fashion industry at a function in 1988. And it was worn at a reception at the Royal Ontario Museum where Nancy Reagan and Ronald Reagan were there at the party. And she then took Nancy Reagan the following day to see a Canadian fashion show. And this is by Yves Saint Laurent, very clueless looking tartan suit, about 1995. This was my attempt at doing a Rachel hairstyle in paper. I don't know if it's that great. I may redo it, but it's good for now. And Jean-Paul Gaultier from his Mad Max collection, which is 1995, I want to say, about then. And then 20th century, we have Alexander McQueen from 2009, Izzy Miyake from who knows when, because his stuff is impossible to date, which is the point of showing it, is that this is kind of wearable art and it's designed to be undateable. You're supposed to be able to wear it forever. And then this is by Toronto designer Spencer Badu. We like to add something which is contemporary to the collection, and this was this year's edition, including the Hoax Couture, which is another Toronto designer, a mask. And then we have this special area behind glass at the back here. It's behind glass because we don't have a camera looking at it all the time. And the theme for this exhibition this time is Frock On. So it's all about teenage music and culture. So we have this dress from about 1945 or 46, which has swing dancers around the hemline. Quite fun. We have a teddy boy back there in the corner, little rockabilly, little twist. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that or not. It's a fringed capris and bra top. Good classic rock and roll with the skirt. Got that from, I think, Montreal. I can't remember who I got it from Montreal. Anyway, I get it from someone in Montreal, a FHM member from Montreal. This is on loan from Lizzie Bramlett. Sort of a boyfriend shirt done in various embroideries as a fan shirt for the Beatles. And behind is a little mod look and hat for English look. And then there you have a terry cloth beach cover up for surf rock. And We have denim pantsuit with Woodstock. And then, of course, we also show images of American Bandstand and Soul Train. And there's also images of flappers over there. And we have these amazing boots by Toronto maker Master John. These were probably made for his window. They were never actually worn, but he did do lots of crazy styles like that. We've got a little funk in here, and a little new wave, and some disco, and then we got a bit of punk, and a little Madonna pop star look, and a little more pop star looks, again, Madonna, sort of a gritty tour. Grunge with the worn out jeans and the skeleton print hand painted hoodie. A little cyber goth in here with the boots originally worn. And then this is an outfit, Material Girl, which is Madonna's daughter's label that was launched in 2010. This is from 2012, this particular collection. And we have shoes as well that go with that. And then from flappers to rappers, that's hair that had been bobbed in the 20s, and Air Force One sneakers to represent the rap section. And then the last part is Specs Appeal. And this is a show we did for 2020. It was called 2020. It was all about eyesight. But anyway, this is now been recalled Specs Appeal. So it's a history of eyewear that we have in our collection. Lots of early stuff, pince-nez and that sort of thing. Goggles for driving, monocles, again, more pince-nez. Then we get into the 20s and the round glasses that Harold Lloyd made so famous. And into the 30s, early sunglasses, 40s, 50s, and some really fun ones. Peepers for looking at menus. This is a beach hat, and then into the fun 60s ones. And then we get into more like 60s, the Courage and the Eskimo ones for sun glare. Little John Lennon glasses, into some sort of 70s, pop specs, fun ones here, folding, Expo 86. And then into the 90s, those designer ones. And we have Paloma Picasso and Gucci and Balenciaga. And then some novelty ones, 3D glasses. These are from Rocky Horror Picture Show. Various other fun ones, Batman, Lolita, those ones you always see in the back of comic books from the 60s. And then this is great. This is actually for doing your makeup. They're magnifying glasses. So you lift one to do your right eye, and that's then you put that down, you lift the other one and do the other eye. So you get the mascara and the eyelash done. And then we have a little film about eyewear, beauty. So that is the tour. That's what you would see if you come to the museum. Just to show you these magnificent cases are out of an old jewelry store. Those were donated to us a few years ago. And, I'll show you our beautiful bathrooms. These cost us a fortune. And we have images of punk on the wall and new wave. And yes, we're very happy with these. They cost a lot of money. And back towards the front, you'll get some sort of overviews. This is again, the 20th century section, what it looks like. And this is a permanent exhibition, but we'll change the garments within it. So probably every year we'll have almost a complete changeover. Every couple months I'll change another one or two. And then that makes sure that we keep the exhibition looking fresh. And there's more of the 19th century. And then walking towards the front, and we have our Regency and our 18th century. And then we're back to the beginning with our fiber to fabric. And that is it. And then this is where you exit. All right. Thank you very much for coming. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.